The first caller is Omar Jimenez.
Omar, welcome. You have 2 minutes to speak.
Hi, good afternoon. Omar here, president of the Parkview Island Sustainable Association. As we found out from the LTC, Biscayne Bay Elementary School was identified as a severe contamination hotspot with 198,000 parts per 100 milliliters. That's 2,800 times the current FDOH standards. The Biscayne Beach Elementary site tested 20 times higher than the Parkview kayak launch site. It's imperative that this hotspot is eliminated and this area is remediated. This further reinforces the need for increased above-ground sanitation in parks and services along the shoreline of the Parkview Canal and Tatum Waterway Walkway. The walkway is an extension of 75th Street. In the past few weeks, there has been a plastic mesh fence erected along the entire shoreline of the Tatum Waterway Walkway, preventing anyone from accessing the shoreline for cleanup of contaminated trash and debris. The kayak launch remains closed since 2020, depriving residents of recreational resources. The study states that achieving full compliance with Ocean Beach water quality standards may be unrealistic, raising the need for alternative water quality thresholds for kayaking and other activities. We are glad to see the hydrodynamic separators planned for late 2026. These are good for sediment and trash interception, but do nothing for bacteria or nutrients. And maybe jellyfish units are the best ways to address the core issues, yet some of these critical projects remain unfunded. The city should prioritize seeking state and federal grants to expand water treatment infrastructure beyond what is currently budgeted. Over the past few years, as we know, our association has carried out an extensive engagement and outreach campaign, paving the path for a more resilient and environmentally sustainable future for Parkview and North Shore. Some of the projects we focused on have been this water quality issue, repairs and upgrades to the Tatum Waterway Walkway, including renaming the walkway into North Shore's first nature trail, and a research and data collection project focused on the viability of eastern oysters and leaf tree oysters in the Parkview Canal and Tatum Waterway. We strongly believe that remediation of this area would also greatly benefit from the addition of more holistic approaches to the plan of action, to include an oyster restoration project, floating vegetation islands for nutrient sequestration and water purification scattered along the canal, and introduction of plants and vegetation that purify the water along the shoreline. The main focus of the alternative holistic approaches would be based on bacteria and nutrient removal through natural and already proven cost-effective purification and sequestration processes. We remain optimistic with the establishment of blue zones in Miami Beach and the transformation North Beach is going through. There is no better time to think about the incredible opportunities ahead of us. Our city's economy comes from tourism, hospitality, and property taxes. But what we sometimes seem to forget is that our biggest asset, the environment and safety of our recreational waterways, are the true economic engine of this city. People move here to live on or near the water, to be able to recreate in it, not just look at it and think of how nice it would be to recreate in these waters. And that's why we're really looking forward to continue our collaboration with you all in North Beach and Parkview Island. And just one last note, as a waterfront property owner of Parkview, I look forward to one day finally being able to enjoy full use of my property as I intended when I first purchased my home on this island, without having to think about the negative cloud of uncertainty that has had drastic impacts and negative effects on our serene island lives for the past 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. And I want to thank you for your leadership and your advocacy and your passion on this issue. I've certainly have learned a lot from you in our conversations as it relates to Parkview Island and Parkview Canal. And you've also highlighted, you know, the issues with cleanup and the actual conditions along the shoreline from 71st Street to 75th Street. You know, specifically, I know you've highlighted that the shoreline along Dickens is not being cleaned how it should be, and you know that's something that we need to address. The trash accumulation in the mangroves and the roots along the Tatum waterway shoreline due to the tides is something that hopefully can be addressed as part of our Operation Clean Water that we take to the City Commission on next Wednesday. Are there any other members